Hi guys, good morning. Habari ya asubuhi. Welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Kenyan and today's video is all about a Kenyan tea. So guys, our breakfast today we are going to include groundnuts. The groundnuts I'm just going to boil them and add some salt. And we have some pumpkin, what we call malenge in Swahili. We're also going to boil them. And then we have a liter of fresh milk that we are going to use to cook our Kenyan tea. So let's just do it until we serve it so that you learn on how we serve our Kenyan tea. Our maize corns that we are going to boil, I'm going to add 1 jar of water. Okay, for the part for adding the salt is normally optional. Some people do not like the salt on the corn, but for us we are going to add just a little amount to taste. And then I'm just going to cover them. So the maize corn will boil for like 30 minutes or 45 minutes depending on the amount of heat you're putting. And the same for the groundnuts, I'm going to add water, enough water to cover the groundnuts, as you can see. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some salt. A good amount of salt to taste. Then we are going to cover it to boil for 30 minutes as well. Then we go to, for the pumpkins, because they cook so fast, I'm just going to do a cup of water. For the pumpkins, for 20 minutes or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they'll be cooked. So let's be tuned until all our goodies are cooked and we cook the tea together. So guys, it has been like 20 minutes. Our groundnuts cooking, as you can see, it's still boiling, and we want to check on our pumpkins. So as you can see, the pumpkin is cooked. So I'm going to switch off the heat, and our maize corn, they are still boiling. So what we want to do at this point, we want to cook our tea, the African tea. And what I'm going to do first, I'm going to boil my fresh milk. Remember, the milk was like 1 liter. So we are going to boil the milk. After boiling the milk is when we are going to add water, and after adding water we are going to add our tea leaves, the Kenyan tea leaves, and then we are going to add what we call the grass tea leaves to give that aroma in the tea. So guys, get tuned until we serve the tea. So our milk is boiling, as you can see. So we are going to leave the milk to boil. And the reason for boiling the milk first before adding water is So the reason for boiling the milk first is just to have a very, very tasty tea without any animal smells in the milk. So that's why I've decided to boil the milk first before I add any water. So I'm just going to boil it for like 5 minutes as well, so we can check on our groundnuts. As you can see, the water has calmed down, so I'm going to switch off the heat. So our milk is boiling. So at this point, what I'm going to do, So as you can see, our milk has boiled for like 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add water. This is hot water. Then we are going to leave it to boil before we add tea leaves. So as you can see, our tea has boiled. So what you want to do, we just want to add the tea leaves, and I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of the tea leaves, and we are going to mix the tea leaves plus our mixture of milk and water. So we are going to leave the mixture to boil, so it's not called a mixture anymore, it's our tea. So we are going to leave our tea to boil completely until we see some brownish color on the tea. And as it boils, I'm still going to, so we are going to let it cook and boil for some time. So as you can see, just let it boil completely. So our tea is boiling. As you can see, it has boiled and it is boiling. So what I want to do, I'm going to add my grasstea. The purpose of the grasstea, as you can see, this is what I call the grasstea. So the grasstea is just going to give my tea some sweet aroma. They are the natural grasstea, just plucked from the garden. So I'm just going to add some leaves, like, I think I'm going to do like 5. Then we are going just to mix the tea plus the grasstea. We are going to let it boil again for like 5 minutes to have the aroma. We are going to let it boil 5 minutes to have the aroma of the grasstea before we remove our tea from the heat. So as you can see, our tea has boiled and the tea is just cooked. So what I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to add sugar. So let me just do like 5 spoons. Then we are going to stir it. We are going to stir our tea to mix the sugar. Guys, remember, you can see our grasstea is still inside. The grasstea is still cooking inside. So I'm just going to test if the sugar is enough. Let me add some more sugar. So we are still going to leave the sugar to cook into our tea. So let it boil for some time. So guys, as you can see, our tea is cooked. Now I just want to taste it, if the sugar is enough and the grass tea is just tasty, the aroma, if the aroma is still there, if the aroma is there. So I'm just going to put some small amount of the tea into my cup and I want to taste. Whoa, no, guys, this is real tea. So what I'm going to do, because the tea is already cooked, I'm going to put it into our teapot. So guys, that was our simple breakfast, and that's how we do it here in Kenya. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Kwaherini and thanks for watching. Goodbye.